You guys are such a huge part of this documentary. Was that something that you guys knew from the jump, that this is what's going to happen, that you guys are part of this story? If not, Mavis Beacon is really a tunnel in which we kind of learn about you guys.
It was definitely like I remember when we first started talking about it that it was always kind of the self-reflexive journey. I think it's interesting. A lot of people don't realize how much they end up learning about Mavis Beacon through the course of the movie because it's kind of intercut with like our experience of
Yeah.
that information out. But I think because there's multiple things going on. We didn't know if we were going to actually meet the woman behind Mavis Beacon at
Right.
all. And then we also were like trying to, because it's kind of coercive to like go up to someone and be like, hey, like, do you want to be the star of my documentary? And
Yeah.
if you say no, I can't make it, and I'll be so sad,
It's our
and
first
you will
film, and
crush our dreams. Also, we already got all this funding, so like, we'll have to give it back if you say no. Like, it's a kind of thing where it's like I don't even know how regular documentarians do that because I don't know what like in terms of a way free from coercion of like inviting someone to like tell their story through that way.
Right.
It's like you're putting so much pressure on, like social pressure on another
Yeah.
person. Just like saying no is really hard, not for Renee.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I really loved about this, is that we saw this kind of ethical dilemma pop up maybe like 60% of the way through, that we don't see a lot in documentaries. Like, I think a lot of documentarians go into a subject that are very short and have a lot of ego and a lot of privilege and entitlement, and you guys definitely, don't have that same outlook. So it was so interesting to see it from this perspective and see that kind of filmmaking that you don't normally see.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's funny that, I mean, like, through the lens of the word ego, I'm like, this film is very much like a coming of age film about like my personal ego death, right?
Yeah.
And like me, and I think Olivia is like, despite being 9 years younger than me, is so much wiser than me and kind of like it has put the pieces together on like the metaphysical plane far before I do. And so it's like, yeah, you're watching me spiral out and like a project that I started with like all the best intentions, and all of these like really strong political ideas around like we're
Yeah.
gonna do it the right way and like confront that. And it was hard. And I'm also like, had Olivia not been there, I also think like it was so important to have not only a friend to like experience all of this with, but also to hold me accountable to like the initial intention behind this work and to set that intention. And so, yeah, I'm really grateful. I think that like there's no version of this film without it centering like this friendship, but also like Olivia helped me reframe this whole experience from like a place of like gratitude and whimsy and wonder, whereas like if it was alone it'd just be like a sad detective chain smoking and crying, like I'm like it's
Yeah.
not.
One of our specialists, Mandy Harris Williams, who you first see early on, calls the film an intellectual maturation story, which I find so
Ooh.
delightful. Mandy's also someone who is just a very big inspiration to the both of us. And I'm like, wow, you think we matured?
Yeah.
Stop.
Was Mandy the one with the TED Talk who was talking about
No,
That was
Mandy's the
definitely
one who
is in
is
her garden,
in the garden at
Right.
first about Mavis Beacon, and then also is the one who tells us
in her living
the
room.
gives us the hard to swallow pill that Mavis maybe Renee does not want to talk to us
Yes.
after 6
Got
years.
it. Okay.
Which, fun fact, the place where we shot that in that conversation with Mandy, the second half where she's like, she doesn't want to find you, is so charged with psychic energy. It actually was the like we were staying in, that there's sites where you can go and you can like stay someplace temporarily, and
Yeah.
oftentimes it wasn't Airbnb.
No, our producer basically secured us. And
Lana Del Rey's psychic.
yeah, so we were having really crazy dreams at night also.
Yeah.
And Lana Del Rey has like songs or poetry talking about said psychic. So anyway, as Mandy is kind of talking to us and giving us the hard to swallow pills, yeah, we're just charged up in
It's
this like
very,
beautiful, weird space that has even more Hollywood lore.
yeah. and
Wow.
then go and talk to a Hollywood starlet about
Yeah.
her experience
Yeah.
creative directing the shoot for Mavis Beacon.
That Blake interview is so fascinating to watch
you.
as
She's a
well.
darling.
It's my favorite thing, and I was like, yeah, in the universe where we don't get to, you know, have that sit down moment with Renee, Sandra, I think we get to the heart center of like who put their heart into this. Like there's
Someone's heart.
someone's heart went into this, and that's part of the reason it's resonating. Like who did that? Because it's clearly not Joe and Walt.
Right. Right. Well, guys, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. And this movie is absolutely fascinating. I hope everybody gets to see it. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you. This is such a treat.
Yeah,
We
thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for making time.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.